All right. So today, one idea I have today is just a second. So the first thing I wanted to tell you guys today is I won't be able to stay later. Maybe I have to even check out by like 30 minutes before 1, which is like 12:30 my time. So in the next 1.5 hours, because I have a wedding to go to. Um, so that's the main thing. And another thing I was thinking about, which I started looking at, is I want us to, and again, any of the stuff that I'm saying now, if you are still starting out and you're still trying to get an understanding on AWS services with the Udemy course, you don't have to worry about any of this, because by the time you finish all your projects, we would still revisit this topic again. The videos are recorded, so the videos are recorded and you will have an opportunity to watch the playback. And specifically, if there's anything I'm discussing now, by the time you guys get to your project, if you want us to revisit it again, where you want me to discuss that same specific topic again, or any project that we work on now, you want me to work on that same specific project, when you are at the advanced level, let me know. We are going to work on it. So if you are just watching, if it's your first time and you're still going through your cloud practitioner course, it's good just to see. And when you get to that point, we would revisit this topic again. So for some of the projects we've completed, I am considering completing those same projects in Azure. I know I've always taught you guys AWS, and even me, I've done AWS this whole time. And I'm not even considering doing it in Azure to get a job as an Azure engineer, but I just think it will give you guys more chance, and it will increase your opportunity when you are looking for work, even if you have Azure experience as well. So it's not going to be anything, well, I'm not going to say it's not going to be anything in depth. So I believe because you've completed the AWS project, you already know the concept. From what I'm hearing and from some of the research I've done, the concept is pretty much the same between AWS and Azure, right? So what we have to do is just figure out, for example, we'll start with the VPC. That's the first thing I want to create. Like, I was just curious, how do you create a VPC in Azure, right? So what we would do is we will look at all the components that we use to create a VPC in AWS, and just find the same components in Azure and try to figure out what they are called in Azure. Because when you are switching from one platform to the other, the concepts will be the same, I'm pretty sure, but the name might be different. So the first thing we need to do is just figure out the components we use to create our VPC. What are those components called in Azure? Once we know the naming convention, what they are called, then we can try building our VPC with the same architecture we use to build the VPC in AWS. We will build a similar VPC in Azure. So I feel like that's one of the place we can start. Then once we build the VPC, maybe we'll do our static website project in it, try to deploy a server in it, and try to deploy our static website and see what we get. So I just kind of want us to be exposed to it a little bit. So even if you don't pick Azure as your main platform to complete your project, and you still have an idea how to work on it. And the reason why I'm even considering this is because, and this is not to scare you guys, well, it's not really nothing to be scared about, really. Most times, I can say in 90% on all the projects I've worked on, maybe 90% of it, when they say you're going to be working in an AWS environment, you will be working in an AWS environment. But there may be some times where you'll get a project where majority of your work might still be in AWS, but then there's still part of the tools they use that is in Azure. Certainly, there's some, like for example, recently when I met Gary's job, even though they interviewed him, they know he has experience in AWS and they hired him to be an AWS engineer. Some of the work they gave him initially is in Azure. So that's one of the reasons why I'm considering let's just do it. All we have to do is we've already done the projects in AWS. We already know, um, understand the concepts and things we are doing there. So why not do something similar in Azure? And that will just give you that knowledge and that exposure. So I'm planning on starting that very soon. So I'll do a research myself because I have zero experience with Azure. So this is a project we are actually going to be learning together. So as I'm learning it, you guys will be learning as well. Yeah, so that's something I'm planning on working on coming maybe by the next class if I have time to work on doing my research this week. So for the next class, we'll try to create a VPC. At least we'll start with that. And if we have more time, we will try to deploy a server in it. And if we have more time, we will try to host a static website in it. So yeah, so that's the idea I have. But other than that, I really don't have other any other thing.
Aziz, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning. I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, good. So, I must confess that I was going to ask you this question right after Daniel finished, talking earlier about Azure. If you had worked with Azure in your environment, and you just discussing about it like you took the words out of my mind or my mouth, and I think it would be an exciting thing to do. Like for me personally, it's something I have started doing on my private, side
Okay.
because yeah, most recently because I'm really active in the job market, and
Okay.
I noticed that Azure is becoming like in quotes hot cake now. So I started about I think a month ago studying Azure,
Mhm.
in addition to my AWS, and
Okay.
yeah, and I mean you talking about it, I feel it's like the right path to go, and I'm really happy about it. Thank you for
Uh,
that.
oh, that's perfect. So, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. So, yes, I think it's I'm feeling the same way too, where I'm telling you guys, you are fine if you just know AWS, you are fine. So, for those that are beginner, I don't want you to think that I don't want you to be overwhelmed that you're still trying to learn AWS now, you have to learn Azure. No, don't look at it that way. Um, so that's what I'm saying. For me, for the past all these years that I've been working, always been working in AWS. Like I said, 90% of the environment I've worked in is AWS. Um, it's only in one project that I worked in where it was our environment is in AWS, but the CI/CD pipeline, our CI/CD tool was Azure DevOps, which is in Azure. So that's the only time I've worked in like a multi-cloud environment like that. So I don't want you guys to feel discouraged. Learn AWS. All we are doing now is for those of us that have learned AWS is we are transferring some of the knowledge, some of the things we learn in AWS into Azure. Because since they are both cloud providers, they both do similar things. We are just pretty much translating our knowledge in AWS in Azure. That's what I'm trying to do. That's the route I'm trying to learn it. I probably won't even, I don't know yet. Like, for example, my idea for the VPC, building a VPC in Azure is not to go watch a video on it. It's just to figure out, okay, how did I build a VPC in AWS? Certainly, I think I'm going to need similar things in Azure and figure out how those things are configured in Azure. So basically I'm taking kind of like a shortcut using my AWS knowledge and trying to do some research and try to figure it out and see how it is done in Azure. So this is just like a throwaway project I'm doing for you guys, just so you guys get exposed to it. I still recommend that AWS is the best platform to learn, especially when you are starting out. So for those of you that are still in the beginning stage, continue to do your AWS stuff, learn your AWS, um, complete the course, do the projects. Then whenever you are done with AWS stuff, you want to work on Azure stuff, let me know. Whatever we are discussing today, we can revisit it again. Um, yeah, so Adewale, I'm definitely looking forward to it too. I'm excited about it. So I'll do some research this week, and maybe next week we can start trying to build a VPC in Azure and all that stuff. Yeah. So I mean, other than that, I really don't have anything today, unless if anyone has questions or you have something that you want me to help you troubleshoot. Okay. We do have a small group today. I'm not sure where you guys are. It seems like it's summertime, so you guys don't start fading away. Because I do know today is Saturday, so um yeah,
Uh,
so
oh,
go ahead.
okay. Yeah, can I say something?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, good. So, like you said, I mean, AWS is still very much in the market, and just to buttress what you said, I'm still actively interviewing, for AWS. I mean, it's anybody starting should still go with AWS. It's still there's tons of jobs there, on about AWS, platform. And another thing I want to ask is, I noticed some of the changes you made on the platform. I mean, on the what's it called? The AOS Note website about some
Mhm.
of those projects, like the dynamic website stuff. I went through it. Awesome. Instead of using Bastion host, now we're using the EC2 instance
Connected point. Yeah.
connecting point. Good. So my question is, because I still cannot get, during interviews, I still cannot I get questions on Bastion host, you know, how it is still being used, probably in some environment.
Mhm.
So is it possible to still have access to that part of the dynamic and website project that uses the Bastion host, in addition to the new way of connecting the endpoint
That I
using
see.
the
I see.
yeah, is that
Yes.
possible? Okay.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm
Hmm.
going to create the videos for the Bastion host, and I'll just create a section at the end of the project mentioning that. So that way, I agree. So you are aware of it and you know. For those that are new, for example, now for Deji, right? If you haven't done that before, you might, because now if you're working on my project, you will be exposed to the using the EC2 instance connect endpoint, where some companies may still ask you about the SSH, how to connect to your EC2 instance using SSH method. So yes, I agree. I'll create the video series on how to connect using Bastion host, and it will just be there as an additional information you guys will have just to understand. But for the main process we will use in our project is using the EC2 instance connect endpoint. And one of the reasons why I even rely on that is in majority of the projects that I've worked, right? They think about it, for the SSH method, you have to create key pairs, right? And they really don't want everyone creating key pair, and you have your own key pair, I have my own key pair. And also, if they create a key pair and they are sharing the private keys to everyone, it's still not a safe thing, which in one of my projects, that's actually what they did. They create the key pair, they'll store the private key in like a vault somewhere, then you have to go download it from there, um, save it in on your local machine, then you use it to connect to some of the servers in their environment. And that's still not best practice. So when it comes to work, majority of company has their own ways of connecting to their instance, which from all the projects that I've worked at, right, there's only one or two that I've used. There's only that one that use SSH. Majority of them use some type of connect endpoint to connect to the instance. Sometimes they use SSM, sometimes they use, now recently when they have the EC2 instance connect endpoint, they use that method too. But not really, not a lot of people use SSH. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I was getting away from it. It's still something good to know for interview purpose, but when you start working, your company will have their method of connecting to an EC2 instance, and whatever their method is, you will learn that within the first hour. Whenever you start working, you learn it because it's the process is the process, and once you learn it, you learn it. You understand what I mean? So, but I agree with you. It is still very important to understand for interview purpose. So I will add that section back.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that.
No problem. Someone asked, Ahmed asked, how do you find cloud jobs and on which platform? Everyone has different things that works for them. I've had some of my students get job. Like my last student that got a job, she got the job from Indeed, not Indeed, from LinkedIn. I always apply on Indeed. I've never gotten a job from LinkedIn. I've always got my job from Indeed. That's what I use the most. So Indeed, if you go on Indeed, I can show you. So if you go on Indeed, I've already created an account and I've uploaded my resume there. So I look for most of my jobs here. One thing I also like about Indeed is they have the easy apply where it takes a couple of seconds to find the job and apply to it. Um, what I also find about Indeed is it's really more of like a numbers game because they have that easy apply. If you apply to 20 jobs, you can easily apply to 20 jobs in a day or even more than that. If you easily apply, if you use their easy apply, there's always a chance someone will reach back out to you. So that's what I've always used, but everyone has the different platform they use. There is Zip Recruiters, there is LinkedIn, there is Indeed, and there's probably some other ones out there. Um, there some people there, and this is also an idea. Some people have some, one of my students told me this before, that is what he used. Some people have softwares out there and you can find someone on Fiverr to hire that has those type of software. There are softwares out there that can help you apply to all the jobs that fits your resume that you may qualify for. And those softwares can apply to hundreds of jobs for you a day. So that is another strategy that people use. But for me, I've always used Indeed. Um, so here you can search the job you're looking for. So if you say cloud engineer in what city, I can just type remote. And it is going to pretty much give me, I'll click search. And it is going to give me a list of all the jobs. And you have some filters here if you want to filter it by location, which I picked remote for that. Another thing I always filter it by if you are looking for specific pay. If you guys are starting out, I wouldn't say don't filter it by pay. At this point, you just need something to get your foot in the door. So I wouldn't be picky about pay, especially when you are starting out. When I was starting out as a cloud engineer, my first job was 87,000. That was my first pay. But once you get the opportunity to get your foot in the door and you start working, and that just kind of gives you an idea an idea on what to look for, what to expect in the job field. And I'll tell you guys, be loyal to yourself. You don't have to be loyal to any company. Be loyal to yourself. At the end of the day, go to the go to your job, do your job very well. Whatever they are paying you for, make sure you do your best at it. That is the most you can do. But don't feel loyal to any company. Don't feel like you've only been here for 6 months. Um, you need to stay here longer because of whatever the reasons may be. No. Do your job, do the best you can do, and that's all you can do. If you get another opportunity while you are at your company, you could still also be looking for other opportunities. And if you get a better opportunity, whether it is better in pay or better in just the benefits or whatever that company presents to you, go for that opportunity as well. So you can start out making a certain amount. And typically, I read one article that says those that switch jobs regularly, and I don't mean switch jobs within a month, but you just have to have your own strategy of how you want to advance. But those that switch jobs regularly tends to make more over time than if you just stay at one company. And another thing I want to tell you guys is that it is when you are getting your job for the first time, it is always better to negotiate whatever amount you are comfortable with that you want to make initially before you start the job. So if they're telling you, oh yeah, we do our 6 months, our 6 months promotion, this, our 6 months bonus and all that stuff, it's kind of like a lie. They're not gonna promote you. And let's say you starting out making 110,000, right? And your goal is really to make 150,000. They are not going to just increase your pay like that from 110 to 150, especially when they hire you and you are. I was working on a project. There are people on the projects that are senior engineer, and I'm just a regular engineer, and we pretty much do the same thing. When someone asked me last week about uh, if they should apply to a senior engineer position, I said yes, apply, because sometimes now they just use that term loosely. What you want to read is the job description and making sure that you can do what is in the job description. Sometimes they put senior engineer because they are whoever the company is hiring you to work on that contract for, they would submit you to them as a senior engineer so they can charge them more money. For example, let's say I hire you and I have a contract with the government. If I hire you as a senior engineer, right, I'm going to submit my proposal to the government that you are a senior engineer and I will get paid for the senior engineer position. And you could be also, and it doesn't mean that you're going to be leading a team or anything, and you can just be doing regular work as everybody else on the team. So, so yes, they are not going to increase your pay by 40,000 in 6 months or a year. So it is important that when you are going in, whatever pay you feel comfortable with, I'll say for your first job, just don't be picky. Get your foot in the door. Then after that, you can try to negotiate the type of pay you want to make. Yeah, so in the tech field, they're really not going to. The only time they're going to increase your pay significantly like that within a couple of months or a year is if you get promoted, which is kind of rare. So I'll say something to keep in mind, negotiate your pay before you go in. So yeah, I just look through this, and if there's any one that I want to apply to, you can see this one. It says easy apply. This is easy apply, meaning that I can just select this. I can click apply now. But before I apply, I always just read the job description, making sure whatever they have there, it is something you can do. So this one, this um this doesn't really have a detailed information, but it seems more of like something working with API, maintaining AWS infrastructure, maintaining React. So something like this, I probably won't even apply to React application tooling. So this you might try to get, I may not apply to this one because if a job is relating to more of software engineering, where you have to maintain the code, since I don't have any experience in that one, I might not apply to this. So here, this is just what I use. I just go through the job here and just go through it one by one. If there is one that meets, catches my eyes that I know I can do the work, I'll just apply. For example, if I want to apply to that one, I'll click apply. And here they already have majority because my resume is already on their site. I just click continue, pick my resume, click continue. And this is the summary page, and I'll just click apply. And that's it. So that is how that works when I use Indeed. For me, I use Indeed. Different people use different platform. You have to play around with it and see which one works for you. But I won't tell you to specifically stick with Indeed. But this is the one I use. Yeah. Okay. You say you're in London. Thought you're in London. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure. And you guys in London might have more platform in London, might have other platform that I don't know about. So the main thing is try to just the one thing about Indeed that is very helpful is filtering it here by the location. So that way you make sure you are getting the results for what you want. Well, there's something else I wanted to say, I forgot. Yeah, so filtering it here. Oh, okay, I remember. And another thing is sometimes when you guys find a job here on Indeed and you apply to it, it is also better to also go to the company's site and look for that job and apply on their site because they would probably, and I've gotten a job where I applied to it on Indeed and I also applied to it on their site, but they responded to the resume. They responded to the application I completed on their site. So sometimes it is better to, it's more work, but it will help you. If you apply to the job on Indeed, go to the company site and apply as well. If you know some of the people, sometimes people network on LinkedIn too, where if you know the hiring manager, the recruiter, or some of the people that works at the company, you can message them on LinkedIn and introduce yourself and see possibly if they can give you a referral or how they can help you. So sometimes networking works too. So there are different ways you can get jobs. You can get job by just filling out the application. You can get job just from networking on LinkedIn. And there's just different many ways you can get job. Yeah, thank you, Ahmed. So a lot of the things I'm sharing with you guys are just based on my experience being working as a cloud engineer for a while. So um so my stuff that I'm sharing with you guys are just based on my experience and things I've seen so far working in the industry. All right. Does anyone else have any question? Mr. Mark, do you have a
Yeah.
question?
Yeah. Can I share something with you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You want to share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Let me see. Sure. Yeah. Yes. This project, I've almost completed it, but what I'm getting is it's the second one is this. When I go here and you said slash WP admin and try that. This is what I'm getting. It's not giving me where I can log into the WordPress site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because your stuff is on HTTPS, did you change your WordPress site setting when you the last time you logged into your WordPress, did you change the site setting to So at what point in your WordPress project are you in now?
All right, then. In the part where let me tell you, let me just go on it and show you 1 minute. Yeah, let me show you. Part. Yeah, 1 minute. Okay, that's
So have you created your application load balancer?
and no, I haven't created a load. So yeah, let me show you.
Your stuff, you know, one thing I notice is your stuff is defaulting to HTTPS. So,
Yeah, because I've done the HTTPS part where it's
but
default from HTTP to HTTPS, where you that
so that so that means you've created your load balancer.
yeah.
All right. So go and delete that. So go to your load balancer.
1 minute.
You might drag that thing down. I think drag that line where that X is at the bottom. Yeah, there you go. All right, select your load balancer.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Select listeners.
See.
All right, delete the HTTPS listener,
Yeah.
the 443
Delete
one. That
this
delete
one.
that one.
Yeah. No, yes.
So select it. There should be actions somewhere. Is there a way to
Oh yeah,
make yours
yeah.
right? Not that one. The bottom one at the bottom.
No.
So manage
Oh yeah,
listener.
yeah. Okay, yeah. See.
Manage listener.
Yeah.
Uh, delete listener. Confirm. Right. Then your HTTP listener, change it from um select it and direct it back to your target group instead of HTTPS.
Edit listener.
Yep. So forward to target groups under routing actions.
Forward to target groups.
Select your target group and save it.
Yeah, see.
All right. So first try to access your website.
Like that.
Yeah, just type your domain name, let's see, without the WP admin.
Oh,
So double click there, remove the HTTPS, remove the S from the, yeah, and press enter.
yeah.
Okay, your site is working now.
Yeah.
Now put W/WP admin in the front.
Slash WP dash. Yeah.
Double click it, make sure it's still not changing to HTTPS. Double click in there, let's see. Remove the S,
It's still changing.
press enter. Double click it again.
Why is it
Yeah.
just
So it's just your web browser thing. So open incognito and let's try it in incognito window.
It's in incognito.
It's in incognito. So
Yeah.
open open another open another open another web browser. If you have another web browser, open that one.
Let's see. Chrome. Let's see. Try Safari.
Hello, Dylan. How are you? So are you sharing another thing? Because yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, once I'm done with him, I would I'll definitely you next once I'm done with him. Can you are you sharing another web browser? I'm only seeing
Yeah, I'm sure it's open in Safari, okay, and with the WP alone without the
I'm not saying whatever you share.
okay. All right, then let me share that too. Go back, share. See Safari. Yeah, yeah, share. Okay, yeah.
All right. So do w/wp admin then. Let's see.
Okay. /wp/admin. Okay.
Right. So click on it. Right. So the thing is, when you configured your website, right? What did you your WordPress settings, I know when you configured the HTTPS, did you change it to your WordPress settings where you have to change it? What URL is in there? Is it the HTTPS one or is it HTTP?
Yeah, I believe I changed it to HTTPS. Yes.
Yeah, so that's why. So that is why every time you type in your domain name, it is defaulting
Going
to
back to
that.
HTTP.
Oh,
But
I see. Oh, okay. You change it to HTTPS.
yeah, but what I want to do now is to do a last set of update that you did in the DNS, okay? And for some reason, it's not like to go, when you type admin and change the some configuration in it, and it's not allowing me to do it. It's just switching back. So that's my
It's because whenever you paste your URL settings, I'm sure you have you paste it somewhere. So your URL settings in your WordPress settings, that is why I was saying at that point you have to carefully paste it there because I think that is what is causing the issue. So I'm trying to, based on whatever point you are in, that's whatever that setting has, that's where your configuration needs to be for you to be able to access it. So let's try, let me look up something real quick. Where? Because your stuff is defaulting to the HTTPS, so that means your WordPress setting is already in HTTPS. That's why every time you type that in here.
Yeah.
So let's add that.
Let me tell you which video I'm at, which. Just before the auto scaling, you're creating an HTTPS listener. That's the video I've done. Yeah. And where you have to go in now and do some settings. Editor. And we are modifying. Yeah. That is the one where you modify the EC2 code. I've done that. And now we need to go in and after you modify the EC code and go in now and
yes, that's what I'm saying. I think I'm saying you paste your WordPress settings in your WP in your WordPress. You paste the wrong setting in there. That's why it is not allowing you to SSH in it. And I mean, connect to your WP admin anymore. So, so I'm trying to figure out where to find that file so we can edit it. So if we can log into it, we would know. So HTTPS, because it's defaulting to HTTPS. Okay, so let's add your listener back, your HTTPS listener. Let's add that back. Yeah.
All right, let me share the screen. Try on the right screen. All right, so let's go back to the listener. You see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
All right, so go select the listeners tab. Scroll up there and listeners and rules. Add a listener. No, just click add a listener up there. And HTTPS.
That.
No, that is forwarding. So it's forward to target groups. Change that to HTTPS, your protocol to HTTPS. And select your target group. Scroll down and select your certificate. Not there. The next one. Second one. From IAM. I mean, no, from ACM and under it, you select your certificate. Which one are you using? I see you have two.
This.
Okay.
Okay.
And click add. So copy your go down to your listeners again. So scroll to the right where you have the certificate, whatever certificate that one is using. Right, just click that. Okay, it is issued. Now scroll down. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
All right, then go back to your WordPress settings. I mean, go back to your EC, your load balancer, the one we were just working on, and redirect your HTTPS listener. Redirect your HTTP listener to HTTPS. So go back to the listener again. You have to scroll to the right, to the left. Yeah. Select that 18.
Yeah.
Manage, edit listener. Redirect to URL.
Yeah, the full URL. Yeah.
Full URL
Mm-hmm.
and save changes. All right. Okay. Go to log into your EC2 instance and restart your server.
Okay. Wait, I believe I have it open. Yeah. Let's listen. This is the instance.
All right. Yeah. So, yes, edit. I mean, restart it. I see. I think it's sudo service httpd restart. Sudo service
So
httpd restart.
HTTP
D restart. Press enter. All right.
right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know your site settings is wrong. That's why.
Yeah.
So try to access it. So you can say your site is already breaking. That is because your site setting is wrong.
Yeah.
So now we have to find a way to trying to figure out the best way to do that. So let's so because if this page is breaking,
Yeah.
then that's why. So whenever you paste your URL,
Yeah.
your URL in your WordPress setting is wrong, but then there isn't like a way to edit that file from the server. It is something you usually edit in the, so I'm trying to figure out, because if we know how to edit the file from the server,
Yeah.
just a sec, we can just fix it there and you'll be able to access your site.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where, and also did you paste the code that I said paste
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
HTTPS? You did
Yeah.
that? Okay. Can we go into that file and let me see?
Okay. Let me try. H. How to get it? Vim. I want to find the Vim. 1 minute. Yeah. 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 Vim. Number P. That.
Okay. changing the site URL on the settings. Generally screen a single installation. There are important settings. The control is WordPress location. Which one will display? No, I don't think you are in the file. So click Q. Don't do WQ, just do Q. Because
Okay.
W is right, or you let me see, just Q and exclamation mark. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. When they change one above and discover that their site is no longer works properly, this can leave the user with no easily discoverable way to correct.
Edit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm in the file now.
Yeah, I see it there. I just want to make sure it is paced properly.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
that
I understand. It makes sense.
right, let me see. Okay. Yeah, it looks right. So define site settings, true. Okay. So let me show you something. I'm going to share my screen. So you can say this is the issue you are having, right? So there is like your WordPress settings where you have to change the address URL and the site URL, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see when we access your site on HTTP, it was working, but then when you did the HTTPS, it's not
Yeah.
working,
Yeah.
right? Uh, so this is what those two does, right? So every once in a while, someone finds the needs to manually fix the change in the settings row. So this is saying exactly what you are having where when you manually change it, right?
Yeah.
Then after you change it, your site is not working properly.
Yeah.
And there is not like a easily way to fix the problem, which is what I was saying that
Oh,
if you whenever you are updating that settings, if you have that's why I'm saying you have to make sure you paste your proper URL, because if you don't paste it there and you log out, there won't be a way to log in.
okay.
So additional information is presented here for the case where you are moving from WordPress from one site to another. So here, these directions are for single WordPress installation only. There are 4 easy methods to change the site URL manually. Any of these methods will work and perform much of the same function. Edit the WP config file. Okay. It is possible to set the site URL manually in the WP config file. These are the 2 lines. Add these 2 lines to the WP config file where example.com is the correct location of your site. So this is one of the ways we can fix it. edit, right? This is not necessarily the best fix. It's just a hard coding. If I just say, you won't be able to edit the general anymore. Oh, okay. So if you do it this way, you won't be able to edit it on the general setting page anymore, which is fine. Let me check this one. Edit functions. If you have access to the site via FTP, then this method will help quickly fix the situation. Okay, so we don't have access to the site.
Mm-hmm.
So here it is saying you just need to copy this. I'll send it to you on Slack and we will add it to your WP config file.
So if I'm gonna fix that, I'd have to delete the EC2 instance and install WordPress and everything over again.
No. No, you'll just add that line to your WP
No, man,
config
I'm
file.
saying like, suppose I want to say fix it.
Fix that one. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Fix that one. Yeah,
Okay.
because since I'm your site is working, or the issue is not from your installation. The issue is definitely from your URL settings, right?
Yeah.
And that is what they were saying here. There isn't really like an easy way to go into that file.
Yeah.
The only way which I don't like. The only easy way to update your site setting is when you log into your admin and you change it there. But sometimes mistakes happens, right? So now they're saying if that happens, this is the best way you can do it to try to fix it. So now that's why it is telling you there that if you fix it, if you add this into your WP config file, then you won't be able to change it under the general settings anymore, which is how we were changing it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So you just need to, in that code I sent to you, can you add your URL in those two? Then we will paste it in.
Okay, edit it.
Yeah.
Add my URL, Mark 19.
Yeah. So you can share your screen. So
Yeah.
edit it in there, then we would add that into your WP config file, and we will see if that works.
See, 1 minute. That way. Yeah.
You can share your screen now. So
Yeah.
I see.
Let me share my screen now.
All right. So I saw where you updated it, right?
1 minute. Let me. Yeah. Okay. All right. You seeing it? You seeing my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay.
So scroll up. Stop. Scroll down. We just want to add it somewhere in here. Keep going down. the WordPress table. I'm just trying to find a place to add it. Scroll up to where we add the site settings. Maybe we can add it under that. Yeah, let's go there. Because some of this stuff I commented out. Yeah, so scroll up. So that way we scroll up. Yeah, keep going up. All right, so you can paste it down. So after that site URL setting, you can paste it there. So go down. After that bracket, press enter. So keep going down. Keep going down. Down one more. Go to insert mode. You have to be in insert mode.
All right.
All right, press enter.
Right there? Insert it there or there?
Go down. So you see how where we have the database stuff, we can paste it at the
Database
after that one.
there,
Yeah,
right there.
keep going down. No, keep going down. After all that information, paste it.
Okay.
So keep going down. Yeah, right there. Press enter.
Okay. Enter. Yeah.
Press enter again.
Yeah. Okay.
I now move your cursor up, paste it there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
So you can see it looks just like the other ones.
Yeah.
All right. So that's your site URL. All right. So escape. Then right quit.
And WQ hyphen enter. Yeah.
Right. Then restart your server. So if you press the up arrow on your keyboard,
Yeah.
that will bring back the previous commands you typed.
Restart.
All right, let's try it now and see. Hopefully that works. So double click in there. I think it's defaulting to HTTP now. Double click in there. Press enter. Let's see. It might just be your and is your domain name. Did you? Oh yeah, you did your domain name because yeah, we were able to. HTTPS. Oh, so let me see what you have in your thing. That what we updated in your WP config file does that look the same way? So you have to make sure it's the same. And wherever you copied it from. So you remember where you changed it?
Oh yeah.
In your notes where you changed it.
Where I changed that thing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I think your site is your site has www.mac.com in it. Right.
Yeah.
So you need to put that www.
I need to put.
So after your /, your site has a subdomain name, right? Which is www.
Mark.
Yeah, try that. Let's see.
Let me see. Say www. Dot.
No, you have to put that in your URL. So that URL thing we pasted in your WP config file.
Yeah.
I'm saying we need to add that www part in there and try it that way and see if that works. So I'm saying we have to update your WP config file again.
Yeah, the EC2.
Yeah. So yes, press up to find that VI command. Yeah, that one.
Mhm.
All right. Then insert.
Mhm.
And oh no, I think you did something. You're not in insert mode.
Yeah.
Escape. Just escape and quit the file. Press escape and quit the file.
Escape. All right, and
Quit Q.
mhm.
All right. All right. Again.
Mhm.
I for insert.
I for insert and not E for edit.
No, it's I.
Okay.
So it's saying, so why is it, oh, okay, yours is saying, oh, it keeps showing that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
oh, I see. So edit the file, but then delete that other one that is there. So once you, no, press escape again.
yeah.
Press, exit out of the file. No, Q, lowercase q.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So run that command again. So read only. Um,
Normally, just
um,
E.
um,
Yeah, see there.
there you go. So because you have that, we have to delete out that one from your directory so it don't keep popping up. All right. So go down.
Insert. Insert the database. Yeah.
All right. So add a www dot after those double forward slash. Let's try that.
Okay. Here.
After no, after the double forward slash before mark.
Oh.
No, forward. Move it forward. Yeah, right there.
Mhm.
Dot. All right. Do the same thing for the other one. All right.
Okay.
All right. Escape. Save.
Let's
WQ.
uh,
Exclamation mark. All right. Now do VI sudo VI.
okay. Sudo
Oh, not VI. No LS. Do LS.
ls.
Yeah. Remove. Delete that and just LS.
Yeah.
All right. So you see, where is it at? WP config SPA. Is it there?
Yeah. Double key p config.
The sample? Yeah. Where's that SPA one?
Yeah.
The SWP one. That's the
Double
one.
p
But I
config.
guess because you edited it, fixed it. So all right.
Yeah.
Now restart your server. I just want to make sure that one is not
Yeah.
there. Or do
Restart. Yeah.
yeah, restart. Before we check it, do ls hyphen a space hyphen a. I just want to make sure it is not a dot file. Say it is there, right there. Delete that file.
Which one?
The wp config php s.swp.
Oh, this.
Not that one. Up, move your mouse up and move it to the left. Now move it to the left. 2 colons to the left. Move it 2 colons to the left, not that one, the next one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that's the file.
Mhm.
Remove that file. Just do rm, type rm, and
Yeah.
the name of that file. So just type rm. Don't type rm, then start to
Yeah.
type the name.
Okay. Yeah.
.wp
Double p and
I
tab.
hyphen hyphen,
hyphen,
then tab.
yeah,
There you go. Make sure the P is there. Can you move your, press
yeah.
the right arrow key. Press the right arrow key forward. Is the P there? Because I can't
Yeah,
really see it.
yeah.
Okay.
WP, yeah,
Okay. All
yeah.
right. Now press enter.
PHP, SW, wait.
Yeah,
Hold
because that cursor is on the P,
Yeah,
so I can't tell whether the P is
yeah,
there.
yeah. The P isn't there, look like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
I press enter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Type Y for yes. Press enter. All right.
Maybe
ls-a again, just to check that is not there.
let's see.
Okay.
It's gone.
All right. So now restart. So let's see what is in your actual WP config file. So do cat your WP config.php file. So do cat, type cat, and the name of your WP config.php file.
As is, there's still another .wp config dot.
Yeah, but that one is
PHP.
SWO, so I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, it's not
Oh,
the
okay.
SWP one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So WP config, then tab,
Hyphen
conf C and tab,
config.
tab it.
No.
So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Because you have multiple there. So it's trying to ask you which one do you want.
Okay.
So just type config. Once you type config, then you can tab it. Tab it now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the one. WP config.
Config. Yeah.
Okay. Then
No, you gotta put the full name.
okay.
-config. That's right. And press the tab key. After that, it should fix it for you. So it's just put a period and tab again. Add a period and tab.
Then press stop.
So the tab key is a way for you guys to type the name of a file that is already in your directory without having to do the copy paste or type in everything. So you see when if you have two files in there that have similar name. So it is asking you to tell it which one exact one you want. So at the period is where the file name is different from your
Okay.
WP config example and your WP config.php. So
Okay.
press enter. All right, scroll down. No, just scroll down. So not use your mouse cursor to scroll down in this file or scroll up, right? All right, no, scroll down. Keep scrolling down. So this is what is in your WP config file right now. Scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, what we had is there. I just wanted to make sure it's there. All right. So, all right, restart your server one more time, then we can check it out. Okay, now try your site setting. If that don't work, you will just have to reinstall it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put the www in front of that mark. Yeah, dot. Yeah, let's try that. Dot. Let's see. Yep. Yeah. So the main thing is just that site URL. You just have to
Yeah.
when you paste it, I'm 100% sure you probably missed something in it. That's why your site is not working. So, and there's no way to get to that setting from our server because
Yeah.
we can only access it through. And even the documentation is saying that this is not really, it doesn't necessarily mean it will work. So I know that's what's causing the issue.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, you have to redo it.
That's all right.
Yeah.
More practice. All right then. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Emmanuel, go ahead.
Yes, I think I to ask, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I have a son in Nigeria who has done the cloud and is on AWS. He has got his qualification for both the entry level and the solution architect. But I want to bring him to this forum. He's in Nigeria. His wife and child is in London. But he wants to, I want to know, can he get remote job in Nigeria? One. Two, I want to bring him to join this group.
Okay.
So, and I need your advice on that. He was asking me whether it is possible for him to get job in Nigeria, remote job in Nigeria.
Yes, it's possible. Yeah. Yeah, it's possible. So main thing is I would just advise him to focus on building his skills, which is sounds like he's already doing, right? So the skills is the most important part. Once he has the knowledge, like the thing is, we don't even know where life is going to take us, right? We don't know that. Life can take us in any direction at any time. But the most important thing he will have is that skill set that he can always fall back on. So it's never a wrong time to learn AWS and just have that skill set. I really don't want to say here, well, it's not like I really don't want to say. Someone told me because he didn't tell me himself. So, but like there's a guy that is part of our class. He also is in Nigeria. He he's taken all the projects and pretty much done all the projects that I'm sharing with you guys. And he did it from Nigeria. He's in Nigeria now. He lives in Ibadan. Someone was telling me, he hasn't told me himself, but someone told me that he got a remote job. He got a remote job. So it is possible.
I was telling him that he needs to build the skill set and concentrate on building. That is why I want to enroll into this forum.
Yes.
Secondly, my annual due, is it done or not before I enroll him? And I want to put him on annual.
Okay. Yeah, so for the annual one, you can check. You can check. No, I'll check for you. Are you trying to use, are you trying to give him your account, or are you
No.
trying to
I want
enroll
to
him?
create a separate account for him.
Oh, okay.
Whatever account I have is for me. But
okay.
Whoever I'm bringing will do their own enrollment separate.
I see.
It will always be separate because I want everybody to create a source of responsibility.
Yes, sir. Okay. So yeah, so you can just enroll for him under I'll send you the link to enroll. It's the same link on my course page. Just click on that link and sign up for him. So he'll have it. But I get what he's trying to do, but he shouldn't use the fact that he shouldn't worry about it, whether he can get a remote job from Nigeria now as a motivating factor to learn. He should just want to learn it because it is a good skill to have. Because anything can happen in the future. But yes, I'm sure there are tons of people in Nigeria that are working remotely. And he will be able to find a company somewhere that will allow him to work remotely. I mean, he will have to look, and there's different, everybody's timing is just different. So I won't encourage him he shouldn't worry about that right now. Right now, he should just worry about building his skill sets. And there are other creative ways he can make money other than just doing a remote job. He can start a YouTube channel. He can start a group where he's also teaching other people in Nigeria how he learned AWS and how that has been going for him. He can look for freelance work online. There's Upwork is there.
I will make him up to you if you don't mind.
Yeah, so
I'll
if
give
you
it
want
to
me
him.
to speak to him, I'll speak to him.
I will appreciate it.
Yeah, so I don't think he should just worry about the job part now. Now he should just only worry about building the skills.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
I'll send you the link that you can use to sign up for him. But it's the same link on my course site for the mentorship
Okay.
one. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Mr. Amman.
No.
Dylan, go ahead.
Yeah,
Dylan,
how you doing? How you doing, AZ?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing excellent. Problem that I'm having is I'm sharing my Terraform. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can.
See, this is a project that I started working on, but I remember what you said. You got to start from the beginning. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing I'm trying to understand is why when I run a Terraform init, it gave me this output.
Okay. Existing work unable to list S3 bucket dealing state prefix. So it's probably error version
I'm willing.
HTTPS error 301. So what is in your first, can you comment out that RDS file? The RDS.tf file. Can
You want
you
me to delete? You want me to delete it?
select it? I don't know what you've put in it. If it's empty. So click on select everything, click on that screen, right? Then press Control A. No, so don't click there, click in the center of the page itself. So you can select that file. Yeah, right there. Then press Control A. Then press Control/. That will comment everything out for you. So /, I think depending on your keyboard is the one that has the question mark. /. Control/, press it together.
I'm looking for the question mark right now.
Or look for the /. It might be different on every keyboard. I'm not on my keyboard, it is the one that has the question mark. Oh no, you're pressing minus. So that is minus. So press Control+, press plus. That is how if you want to minimize all. All right, now look for the /. It should be a /. There you go. So that will comment out that, right? So if you want to uncomment it, you have to come back to this file, right? Press Control A to select everything. Then you press that Control / again. So press the Control / again, right? Press it again.
Control /.
Yeah, the same thing you just pressed. See,
Okay.
see, it'll comment it. If you want to comment it back, press Control /. You get what I'm showing you?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So this just means that when you are running your Terraform code, Terraform is going to ignore this file because you are not done with this file yet. So it is going to ignore this file because you are putting, when you put the hashtag symbol before your resource type, that means you want Terraform to ignore it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So since you are not done with that, I kind of want to get rid of that one for now. All right. So the next thing we need to do is save that file. And the next thing we need to do is check your your AWS. So in this terminal down here, where you are getting that error, scroll down there and just type AWS S3 LS. AWS space S3 ls space S3 space ls. You are typing SL, LS, L, and S. So remove the SL you typed. So it should be AWS S3 LS. You can't click there. You have to delete that and type it again.
LS, right?
Yeah, L and S. There you go. And press enter. Okay. All right. So, hi baby. So now go, where is your provider.tf file? Where did you, where you were putting your provider stuff? I think you put it in something. No, not here, but in your Terraform code. So wait, you remember I saw it now, but I'm not sure in which file you put it. Check your VPC. In your main, maybe that's where you put it. Okay. All right. Okay. Remote state. So Delin 77 Terraform 77 Terraform remote state. The key is there. Terraform user Terraform. All right, now type Terraform init. Let me see what you get. Oh no, you have, okay, just Terraform init.
I do have, I think I have like a back end file that I was working on, but I didn't want to admit that. I just
Failing to
wanted,
get existing workplace. Okay, so go in your AWS account. So no, you in Amazon, you AWS.
yeah, I know, but these pop-ups, they come out a lot. I'm in my AWS account.
All right. All right, go into your S3 bucket. Maximize your screen so I can see. All right. So you see the S3 bucket you're using for your state file, select it. Select the bucket itself, like click on the name so you can go into that bucket. So you don't even, you don't have any object in it. So why is it, all right. So go back to your Visual Studio Code thing. Let me see that error again. So existing, unable to list. So it says, it's saying it's unable to list object in that S3 bucket with prefix env. So what does that? It is unable to list. So the IAM user you are using, is it, what type of access did you give that access key you configured?
I gave it programmatic access and management access.
All right, can you show me that IAM user, please? Because it's saying it doesn't have access to S3 bucket. It's unable to list it. So go to IAM. users. That one. Which one? Which user are you using?
For that one, this one.
I think it might be the, well, never, I don't know. Which one did you think you were using? That one?
Yeah, because this is how this is how you saying it. This how you saying this.
Yeah, the user we created. So okay, select it. Select that user and scroll down. Okay, this user has administrator access.
You want to check the other ones just to make sure?
Yeah, check the other one. Because this one's, the activity on this user says 17 days ago, but the other one says 4 minutes ago. So I think that's the one you are using. So go back to users again. I'll show you. So you see where it says lacks activity? That
Yeah.
Dylan one is, that Dylan one is 5 minutes ago, but the Terraform user was 17 days ago. So I think this is the one you are using. But this one also has administrator access too.
Let me see. Let me try my best.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Let me see something. Okay, go back to your users. Scroll to the right. Let me see something. Okay, so you're definitely using that Dylan one, because you can see the access key for this user, the Terraform user one. It was 17 days ago that you last used it.
Right.
So I will just delete.
Delete
So,
this one.
no, don't delete it. Like go into that user.
This one.
Yeah, go into that user and go scroll down to select the security credentials tab. Security credentials tab. And scroll down. Scroll down. Under no, okay, scroll up to where it says access key. Right there. So under actions, delete that access key. Yeah, delete it. So you copy the name and paste it there and delete it. Oh, you have to deactivate it first. Click deactivate. Paste the key there. Delete. Okay. So now scroll down, go to where the access key is up. Is up, sorry. All right, there, stop, and click create access key. Do AWS command line, the command line, the first option. Sorry, you probably clicked on your pop-up again. Oh, I see why you're minimizing it. Okay. All right, acknowledge. And next, click just create it. Or you can give it a description if you want, but you don't have to.
I won't give no description. I just said.
All right, click create. All right, so this access key, don't show it yet, right? This, don't show it because I'm sharing it, right? You're sharing your screen. So
Download it.
Download it and just run the AWS configure on your computer, right? Run the AWS configure on your computer. And do you want me to share my screen just to show you how to do that part?
Yeah, please.
Okay. All right, because I don't want you to share. So leave this page exactly how it is. So just follow along with what I'm doing.
Go ahead.
Right. All right. I'm going to share my screen. All right. Hold up. I'm just trying to get great minds to where you are, and I'll show you.
Mhm.
All right. Great user. Distributor. Next. So this is where you are now, right? Can you see
Yeah.
my screen? All right. So what you need to do next is open your terminal. You can open the PowerShell. So if you have the app open, open it. But here you can just type PowerShell in your search box here.
Okay.
Once you type PowerShell, you should see Windows PowerShell selected. It would open your PowerShell. Let me know once you've done that.
I have it open.
Okay. So now type AWS configure, AWS space configure. How did I even, it's been, oh, never mind. I almost forgot. So AWS configure, right? Then type -- profile.
Mm-hmm.
Then type whatever name you want to give this profile. So for me, I always match the name to whatever name my IAM user is. So that way I just recognize it when I'm looking at the configure on my computer.
So I can just call it Dylan, what, 1?
The access key you created is not for Dylan 1. It is for the Terraform. So look up here in the console, right? Whatever you see here, that is the user. Don't click it, just look here. So what is yours saying? It should say Terraform user, right? So I'm saying, look on this page,
Uh-huh.
you should see IAM user. The next thing that is there, whatever you see, that's the user you are configuring your access key for.
Okay. All right. Let me
But don't click it though.
don't click it. Okay.
Because if you click out of, well, you already download your access key. If you click out of here, you won't be able to see your secret key anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter what you call the name. I just like to match it so that way I know. It doesn't matter. You can call it any name you want. So for the profile, just call it a name. If you want to call it Dylan1, call it Dylan1 or anything. I'll call my test. You've done that?
Yeah.
All right.
President.
So press enter. So now it is going to ask you for your access key ID. So just come to this page, copy your access key. So it is the first one. Click this box to copy it. Then come back here, right click to paste it. Once you paste it, press enter.
Okay.
All right, now it is asking you for your secret key. So come here, copy this one.
Mm-hmm.
Click that box to copy it. Come back to your PowerShell, paste it, right click to paste it, and press enter.
All right.
For the region, this is the region you are creating the project in. So you can find the regions up here in the console. These are the regions, right? And
Right.
these are the symbols for each region. So if you are completing the project in Northern Virginia, for example, which is the one I always use, it is US East 1. So here, I'll just select this, right click to copy it. So that way, there's no confusion about what we typed. And I'm going to paste it here for my region, and I'm press enter. All right, for the default output, you don't have to put anything, press enter for that one.
Okay.
All right, so that is how to configure the access key you just created in the management console on your computer.
But that's not gonna work with when I write my Terraform init. Don't it have to be something different than that?
No,
Was
hold on.
The C drive?
No, hold on. So so when you create an IAM user in the management console, I'm going to create a video for this next, because a lot of people always get it's in the beginning is always kind of like confusing, but when you really think about it, it's not confusing. So when we create an IAM user here, I can just I can click out of this page. I'm done. I can be done. So when we create an IAM user, there are two ways this IAM user can create resources in AWS. One is if you log in the management console. That is when you put your username and your password and you log in. The other way is the user can create resources in your AWS console from your computer. That is, now you are trying to use Terraform to create resources from your computer in your console. So that is the other way the user. If you are trying to use Terraform to create resources in your console, the user how the user is able to log in is with the access key and secret access key.
Got that.
That is what we just created, right? So once you create that access key and secret access key, you have to configure it on your computer, right? That is what we just did. We configured it on our computer, right?
Okay.
So the next thing you guys have to understand is when you run this command to configure that access key and secret access key on your computer, what does that mean? So what that means is when you configure an access key and secret access key on your computer, AWS will create a file on your computer with that information in it. So the file is always in the home directory on your computer. You guys shouldn't forget this. This works for any way you are trying to use any programmatic tool, whether it's Python, Terraform, any type of programmatic tool you are trying to use to authenticate to AWS, this is the same. When you configure your access key and secret access key, that information is stored in the home directory on your computer. And where the home directory is on a Windows computer, so this is what I'm saying now is specific to Windows. On a Windows computer, it will be in your C drive. So click on your C drive after you open your File Explorer. Then select Users. You'll see a Users folder selected.
Yeah.
Then
my name.
You see your name, whatever your name is configured. On my computer, it says my name is admin, but on yours, it might be your name. Click on that folder. And in that folder, you will see a .aws folder. Click on that folder. This is where that information is stored. The information we just configured. So it will be stored in the config and credentials file. So first, let's open the config file, right click on it and click open with. Then you can open it with Notepad. Select Notepad and click OK.
Yeah, I see it. It has the Terraform user, the profile one, US region.
Exactly. So you should see the one I just configured is this profile that I call test. And it has region US East 1. So you should see that. Okay. So now for your credentials, right? Right click on that one to open with and click Notepad and open. So there you will see in a bracket the name of that profile you configured, right? It should say under it should have access key, ID, and secret access key. And the format must be in this format. So sometimes when you type it, it might format it wrong. Your computer might format it wrong, but you have to make sure that the format is in this format. So can you confirm that the format is just like mine?
It's just like yours. Mine is not like it's not like yours. Mine's saying AWS credential file used for CLI SDK, but it gives me this. But it gives me I have an access key ID, access key. I have I have 1, 2, I have 3 all together, but it looks like one of them different.
Okay.
The XID is different. The AWS access key ID is different from the other access key ID.
Okay.
But I still got the other access keys. It's the same as the default one and the Terraform user one. They got the same one.
Okay. So the main one I want you to look at, if you look on mine, you can see that you are telling me that you see stuff like this. You have one there, you have another one like this, and you have another one, right? That's what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the main one you want to look for is the one that we just did. Make sure that it says whatever you called it in the bracket, and you can see your access key and secret access key under it.
Okay, all right. See, I have Dylan 1. I have the default, then I have the Terraform user.
So when you type AWS configure, what name did you put there?
Dylan 1.
So that's the one you want to look for.
Okay, all right, cool, got it.
So what you are saying is, you see how mine is like this? You see how I have this?
Mm-hmm.
What you are saying is when you type AWS configure, right? What I'm telling you is that AWS is storing that information in this file. So watch, if I type AWS configure again, and I'll put as this, and I press enter, it is asking me for my access key ID. I just put some random things, press enter. Secret access key, I'll put just random things, press enter. Region, I'll put US is 1. US is 1, press enter. And output, I'll put enter, right? Watch what happens. I'm going to close this file, and now I'm going to open it again. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but I'm just showing you. You can see that I have another one now.
Yeah, yours don't say something on the lines of AWS, all that kind of good stuff, credential files and all that kind of good stuff. Yours just goes straight to yours just goes straight to what it is. Maybe I'll have to set it up just like how you have it set it up and delete all the little extra stuff.
So you might have to just share your screen and delete your credentials.
Yeah, I was gonna delete my credential files.
All right. So share your screen so I can see what you're looking at. You're just sharing just your PowerShell. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, what screen you wanted me to share?
The one with your your users on your computer where they see one. Okay. I mean, just share share, but I'm trying to see that credentials file, the one you are looking at that you said has a bunch of stuff.
Oh, okay. Can you see it?
No, I think you're only sharing your PowerShell stuff.
What about now?
Yeah, I can see.
See
So
how it,
that's why I'm saying you don't have to worry about all that stuff. The main thing you want to confirm is what we configured. So those ones, somehow you created that at some point when you were working on your project.
right?
So you can either delete it or you can keep it there. That is fine.
I'm gonna delete all of them. But my thing is, I know on the AWS, I have a file that's Terraform user, but I hope it access it needed. Well, I can generate all this, but scratch that. It's more of my this right here on my virtual studio code. See, because I already have my credentials already in here already. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes,
And it's already connected, and I'm trying to run just a simple Terraform init, but I know my working directory, I don't think it's going to read this. I think it's going to the Terraform project or the user. No, it's going to the user. It's not going to the C drive to the one.
When you run Terraform init, unless if your computer is configured a certain way, it would look in this place, and whatever credentials you are trying to use, whatever is in the bracket, that is what you tell Terraform under the profile. So whatever you put in the Terraform, yes, it is going to come in your C drive and look in this file. That's what I'm saying.
So it's on the desktop. It's on this Terraform file. Okay, all right. If I was to run a Terraform init, you think it'll work, or I gotta change the this part?
So whenever you come to this file, right, what you guys have to look at is what profiles are configured here. Any of the profiles that are configured here, the profiles are what is in the bracket. So whatever one you want Terraform to use, you just copy the name and go give Terraform that name. And Terraform, when it is authenticating, it will come to this file and look for it.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
So the last one you just configured is this Terraform user. So copy that Terraform username and go give Terraform that as the profile.
But I'm not understanding what you're saying. Say the last part that you said. A Terraform got to use this to configure my files. That's what you're saying. Config my files.
So we created think about it. We created an IAM user in your AWS account. That IAM user has access key and secret access key.
Mm-hmm.
We now stored, just type in Terraform configure. That is storing the access key we created in the console. We are storing it on your computer, right? Do you understand that part?
I do.
Right. So when you store it on your computer, this is where you are storing it, in this file. What I'm saying is you can have hundreds, with 1,000, as many of different access key for different users in your AWS account stored in this file. That is what you are seeing. The other ones you are seeing are the ones you've done before.
Right. Can I delete them?
Yes, you can delete them.
All right, cool.
You can have a bunch of access key and secret access key stores in this file. So I'm saying, like, when your Terraform project is authenticating, it will come into this file and look for your access key. So if you have hundreds of access keys in this one, how is Terraform going to know which one to use?
It's gonna go straight to the file.
No,
it's gonna pick one. It's gonna pick one, right?
Exactly. It's going to pick one out of all the stuff in this file that you are telling it to use. So in your case, you have 3. You have Dylan 1, default, Terraform user. So you have to tell Terraform which one you want to use.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna delete all of them. I'm just gonna use the one.
Just make sure whatever you are using, right? So really, you shouldn't have notes in your file like this. That's probably what's giving you all the issue. In your credentials file, you should only just have, so delete everything except for the last one we created.
So,
No, so starting from everything above the Terraform user, delete everything.
like that.
No, delete everything above the Terraform user. Anything you see above the Terraform
Okay.
user,
Oh,
delete
my
it.
bad. All right.
Delete the Dylan one too. Close that gap, delete that empty space. So put your cursor down and just press back. So you have to put it in the beginning and press backspace. So put your cursor at the first bracket before the Terraform user and press backspace. There you go. And save your file. So go to the credentials file, the config file, close this one. So minimize this and go to the config file. So your config file is wrong. So which one did you just, so when you were running your AWS configure, can you show me your PowerShell stuff? Which one, what did you type for your profile name?
For my profile name.
Mm-hmm. Did you close your PowerShell, the one you just ran?
I believe. Oh, let me see. What I just ran. No, I still got it open.
Okay. What name did you put after profile?
I
Can I
used
okay.
one.
Dylan one. Okay. So that is what you have to delete everything up there.
Hold on.
So that is the one we should have.
What you? Which one?
Delete the default. Delete the default. Delete. You know what? Delete everything in this file. Delete all of this stuff and go into that credentials file. Delete everything. Delete everything in this file.
Delete.
Save it. Save the file. Go in the credentials file. Delete everything. No, don't paste anything. Delete everything and save the file. So you probably clicked in, I think you have him open in multiple places. Just to reload new version.
I was going down the line and delete what I needed to delete. I was going to delete all the credentials, all of them, and save it so it can go to one directly.
Delete everything in there. It's fine. I'll show you how to reconfigure it.
Okay, I know how to configure it, but restore files or reload new version.
Click anyone and save the file. So it's because you have them open in multiple places. So close all the other tabs you have open and just have just one tab. It's the same files you are clicking on, but it's because you have them open in multiple places. Don't save. Close that one, don't save it.
Close it.
Yeah, close it. It's the one that says create, close it. Close this. Close all the tabs you see. Just close all of it. Yeah. Keep closing it.
Close this one too.
Yes, close everything.
Gotcha.
Close that one too. All right. So those are the apps. That's the only apps you're sharing. So your screen is no longer sharing. So share your screen. Then verify that your credentials and your config file, there's nothing in it.
Share my screen.
In your .aws, delete that new folder you have in there too. You're not supposed to have that in there.
This right here.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing in it.
All right. Verify that there's nothing in the credentials file too.
Delete it.
Is there stuff in it?
Yeah.
I can't see whatever you're sharing. Whatever is in it, delete everything in it. And save the file. So it'll be better if you share your screen so that way I can confirm before we go into the Terraform stuff. You're only sharing one stuff and that's all I can see.
Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen, but you're only sharing your File Explorer app, and that's all I can see. So if you want to share your desktop, when you click share, you'll see different options of things to share. If you click the desktop, that will share it, whatever desktop you are showing me. So I will see anything you are working on in there.
Okay. Go to desktop. It's only showing me
So stop sharing and share again. Then you'll be able to see that desktop option.
I don't see no desktop options. I got AWS. I got the.
You're still sharing your screen. Stop sharing your screen.
Stop sharing it. Okay.
Yeah, stop sharing your screen. You should see an option there. It will be something is red. It'll probably be at the top or bottom of your screen. It should say stop sharing. All right. You stop sharing now. Now share your screen again. Then you'll see like an AWS option.
Yeah, I see the AWS.
I mean, you'll see like a desktop.
It's just going back to my folder.
On Zoom, like if you, so you don't see it. Yes, right there. All right. So now open that credentials file. Yeah. Close it and open the credentials one. So don't close it from the X thing there, just close it from the, you see how you have two tabs open, close the first one, then the credentials one, close that one too. So open the credentials one. Okay, perfect. So close it from that tab. Don't close it from the other X one. There you go. All right. So now run that AWS configure again.
In PowerShell,
Mm-hmm.
and you see it.
Yes, I can.
Oh, I'm nervous.
No, you're fine. There's nothing to be nervous about. Like, look, at some point, I didn't know all this stuff too. So it's all part of the learning process. There's nothing to be nervous about. It's good that you are even putting yourself through this because many times at work, you would have to share your screen and where all your other teammates will have to look at what you're working on. So there's nothing to be nervous about. Being nervous is actually a good thing. So don't worry about it. At this point, you can't mess anything up. So don't worry. So configure, dash profile, space, and whatever name you want to call that profile. Okay, press enter. All right, then you have to enter your access key and secret access key. Yeah, so go to that, go to that same exact one. Yeah, so copy your access key.
I'm gonna change all of this.
Yeah, exactly. So now that you've exposed it, I'm glad you know that. So when we are done, the first thing you should do is just go and delete the access key and recreate another one. Oh no, so don't open another PowerShell. You already have one. It's right there at the bottom, that one here. Not that one. Close this one. Close this PowerShell. Close that one. All right, go to that again. I think it will be the very last one. That one. Yeah. So paste your, exactly, press enter. Now paste your secret access key. All right, your region. Press enter and press enter. All right, now go and look in those credentials and config file and see what is in it. Oh, it's fine. Take your time. You see?
Yeah. Okay. All
So
right.
close that config and open the credentials one. You see?
Okay. I got it.
So you understand what I'm saying now? The act of typing AWS configure and putting those information in it, all AWS is doing is storing that information in this file for you.
Gotcha.
If you delete this file and type AWS configure again, right?
Mhm.
AWS will recreate the file, the folder, the .aws folder, and this config and credentials file, and store whatever information you configured in it. You understand that part, right?
I do. Mhm.
So if you
I'm
keep
just gonna do it all over again. I got you.
exactly, if you keep typing AWS configure and you keep configuring as many access key and secret access key, AWS will keep storing them under each other. You understand that part too, right?
I do. Now, what about my CLI? Because I had my CLI configured and all that kind of stuff too. Do I have to change all that as well?
No, this is your CLI. This is your CLI.
Oh, okay.
So this is how, when you install AWS CLI on your computer, this is how you configure your CLI to be able to do things in AWS.
Gotcha.
So you understand it from the standpoint, in order to do something in AWS, you need a password, right?
Mhm.
So this is the password for doing things in AWS with code or Terraform or programmatically, as we call it.
Mhm.
So now for your Terraform stuff to work, you just have to copy. See, in this credentials file, this is your username and your password there, right? And it belongs to this profile called Dylan2. So if you want Terraform to use that, you just have to copy that name, Dylan2, and that's what you put in Terraform. No,
Yeah,
without the bracket. Whatever is in the bracket, that's what it is. All right. So go to your Terraform project. All right. So you see where you have profile. Is it getting in your way?
Provider. That's what you're talking about.
In this provider file, look on line 4 and line 13. Right. So change that profile name is referring to the profile that I just showed you in your CLI you just configured. Yep. And you need to do the same thing over there. All right. So now save your file. Save your work. Just click save. Now run Terraform in it again. With a lowercase t, not capital. Delete that .terraform folder. You see in your directory over here, in this directory, where it says project, where you have all those files listed, delete that, the one that says on the left side over there, right? Yeah,
Yes.
delete that folder and delete the okay. So that's your main. So this main, rename it to providers.pf. Providers.pf. I don't think it matters. So the main, the one that says rename it. So select that main.tf file.
Oh, select main.tf file. Okay.
Click rename and call it providers.tf. with an S. I don't know. I think it's a is it provide I think it doesn't really matter. Press enter. So you have a couple of stuff here. So select that variables file. Select that one. There, the first one. There's nothing in there. What about your variables.tf? Select that one. That one is spelled wrong, so that should be called variables. So rename that.
Rename this.
So it's variables, VARI. I think you have it. You have a typo in there. Variables, VARI. AB, variables. I mean ABLES. With an S. There you go.
Enter.
Enter. Yeah. Delete that variable, the one above it. Delete that one. All right. Select your VPC file. Right. So when you are working on this project, don't create all the files and run your Terraform in it at that time, because then
Okay.
that's not how you work on Terraform, and that's not the best way to learn.
Okay. Well, yeah. Can I delete? I'll delete all of it. Just
all right. No, you don't have to delete it. You can comment it and uncomment it when you are done and continue to work on them. Right. You say how I showed you about the comment stuff. But if you want to delete it, you can delete it. The only thing I want us to run is your VPC. So delete, since you want to delete the security group one. Delete the RDS one. Delete the NAT gateway one. Okay, so the only thing we should have is the variables, right? So go in your variables file. Let me see what is in it. Select it, just select it. And scroll down. So you see everything after that, everything after line 49, you can remove them too.
everything after line 49?
Yeah, yeah, everything after line 49. All right, cool. Delete, scroll up so we can make sure. So I think yeah, no, yeah, and scroll down. Yeah, so yeah, just select everything there and press backspace. You're fine. Let's take your time. There you go. So press backspace up 2 more. 1, 2, 1 more. All right, and save your file. All right, providers.tf, variables.tf, vpc.tf. All right, now run Terraform init again. Unless if your Terraform init. So I think your CLI, you have a different CLI somewhere on your computer that is so go select your C drive, open your file explorer. Let me see something. I think you have a different yeah, there. You might have something else configured on your select users. Yeah, select that. Select your .aws. All right. Delete that .aws folder. I want to test something. Unless if you're delete it. All right. All right. Run that Terraform init again. Okay. So
How it work?
So it worked. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure it is picking up that thing. So now let's go to your AWS console. It's probably the policy that is attached to your user. We can delete that policy and recreate it. So this Terraform user is the one you are using. So press that Terraform user back again. So you see up there where it has user, Terraform user? No. Where in that AWS console?
Right here?
No, in your AWS console where you were just at, in your AWS console. Right. Select that Terraform user up there. You see where you have IAM users, Terraform user. Select the Terraform user. So you see right next to it, it says Terraform user. Terraform users, that one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Select that one. All right. So under this permission, scroll down. Select the administrator access and delete it. Select that. See, oh, no. Just select the box next to it. Go back to your console. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to come down to, so select that. So if you type AWS again, it will take you back to the console, yeah. And go to your IAM user. It's that Terraform user, select it to go in it. Select, no, just the box. Don't select the name, the box next to it. Then remove. Click remove. All right. Then add permissions again. Then click add permissions. Right there, yeah. Add permissions, yeah. Then click attach policies directly. Select the administrator access. Scroll down and click next and click add permissions. Okay. So go back to that your C drive where we deleted that AWS folder. Go back to that. See if you press Control Z, see if that folder comes back. So press Control Z. Yeah, Control Z.
No, ain't nothing. Control Z, ain't nothing coming up.
Okay, so it's fine. So we'll just run that AWS configure again. So go to your PowerShell. No, you can stay here, right? Stay here. Go to your PowerShell. Run AWS configure again. Instead of even using it, yeah, it's AWS configure. Yeah, CON. FIGURE space configure RE instead of AE. space, dash profile. Space and the name of the profile. All right, press enter. So do you still have that CSV file you downloaded for your access key and secret access key? Yeah, it's right there. The first one, that one. All right. Copy that one. No, just click in that cell. If you click in that cell, it's showing you up there. So you can either copy it from there or copy it from up there. Yeah. All right. Now copy your secret access key. So click in this cell B2. Yeah. All right. Type US East 1. All right, press enter. All right. So if you look in that your file explorer, you'll see that it created that .aws folder again. So go to your C drive, users.
Yeah, I see that.
All right. So scroll down in this folder. So before you go in that .aws, scroll down here. I just want to make sure you don't have your access key. Did you configure any AWS CLI somewhere else? But it looks like it was picking it up from that. So scroll down. Well, I don't see anything. Okay, so go up. You can go in that folder and you'll see that you have your config and credentials, and the information you just configure will be in it. So when you type AWS configure, that is all that does. Where you see. All right. So it should work. So go to Terraform now and type Terraform in it again. If it's not working, then the issue is relating to your computer. Or maybe I have to review your code. There might be something in your code we need to fix. So type AWS Terraform in it again. Okay, so unable to list objects in S3 bucket, Dylan 777 Terraform remote state with prefix env. Oh, maybe when you created that bucket, you have prefix something in it. So let's delete that S3 bucket. Go to your AWS account. Delete that bucket. Oh, I see why. I see. Well, that could cause the issue. So you see how your region is Ohio. Your region is not US East 1. Your region is US East 2. Remember I was saying, like, whenever you configure whatever your region is for your project, that's what you have to configure in your Terraform.
Mm-hmm.
So what is
The
happening?
region.
So what is happening is you are configuring US East 1 for your Terraform, but your bucket is in US East 2. That's the issue. So remember what I said, whatever region your project is in, when you are authenticating Terraform, That's what you have to do. So it's very simple. So all you have to do is go back into that file. You don't even have to run AWS configure. Go back into that C file and change your region to US East 2. So in that config file, edit the file in Notepad. Change that US East 1 to US East 2. Save your file. All right. So run Terraform init again.
I don't have to do that for the credentials neither. Huh?
The credentials doesn't have the region configure in it. It's only in the config. You know, remember the credentials only have your access key and secret access key. And those are global. So now run Terraform init. All right. So bucket from request bucket from US is 1. Actual bucket location is 2. Oh, delete your the Terraform thing, delete all that stuff. Why is your NAT gateway back in that thing? So delete that NAT gateway.tfl. All right, delete your .terraform. All right, one more thing we have to check. Go into your providers.tfl. Your providers.tfl. Change that line 3 to US East 2. That's the issue. Line 3 and line 12. All right, save your file. So when you're saving your file, you can always get in a habit of using like control, the short keys. So to save is Control S. So anytime you make a change, and in the beginning, I always do the same thing you are doing. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you want to get more efficient, try to remember to start using like the keys. When you start using it, at some point it will become part of your habit. You won't even remember to do this, to go and save it that way anymore. So now if you anytime you make changes, if you press Control S, it will save it for you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So now if you run, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, what you mean when I see y'all working out a problem, it just pops up out of nowhere. It just I don't know, like I can't explain it.
You mean like the last command you typed?
Yeah, like the last command and the one before that. If I use.
So in your terminal now, where you click in your terminal, if you press the up arrow key on your keyboard, the up, you know the arrow you see, and if you keep pressing up, it will keep showing you all the previous things you typed. And if you press down, it will show you, it's like going up and down.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So now if you run Terraform init, I guarantee it's going to work. So Terraform init, you can just press the up arrow key to bring up the last command you typed.
Gotcha.
Press enter.
Good enough. Hey. All right. Okay. US East 2. Okay.
So the issue is whatever you configure your CLI command to, right? That is what your CLI command will allow you to authenticate to, right? So in your CLI command, we were listing US East 1 because I thought you were working on your project in US East 1, but your resources are actually in US East 2, right? So you have to remember that. That's what I'm saying. In that CLI, when we do AWS configure, we specify our access key ID and secret access key. The next thing is we specify what region. Sometimes you can leave it blank, but if you leave that blank, it just means every time you run a CLI command, you have to put the region. I mean, it's kind of like there's still a lot, not a lot to learn, but it's like small concepts you have to learn. Maybe I'll do a series on AWS CLI. So that way you guys, I think that's what I'll do. I'll do like a video on AWS CLI series. So that way you guys know all these key little things that to look for. So in this wasn't working because your S3 bucket was created in US East 2, but your AWS CLI was configured to authenticate to US East 1. You understand? So when you run Terraform in it, it is looking in US East 1 for your S3 bucket, but it can't find it in there.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'll most likely work on like a AWS CLI series just centered around authenticating.
cool.
All right. Okay.
That's all I wanted. That's all I was fighting with it, man. And I kept going back and forth, trying to look at different resources on YouTube. And I was like, nah, I can't do that. I gotta go back to, you said to do this project, you gotta start from the beginning. But I already started working on it. And I was like, why it wouldn't just run a simple init? You know what I mean? And that's why it led me to you. But I'm good. I
Okay.
appreciate it, AZ.
All right. No problem. So
but if that is init, can I get some of like my resources from off the virtual studio code? Will it show up in like I know we're in US East right now, but like to see like my I wanted to see my S3 bucket.
I mean, you connected it. Yeah, you can say it that way if you've connected it.
Why they don't show the like the S3 buckets that should be listed right here?
I mean, that is, you have to, maybe it's not connected. You have to connect that app, that extension to AWS for you to see all the S3. But I wouldn't worry about this. Don't worry about all this stuff.
Okay, all right.
Like this one that because there's no value this is adding to your project or anything. So
okay,
you don't worry about having that extension and being able to see your resources. And that's something I was used to try to figure out in the beginning, but I'll say don't worry about it. But that extension, if you connect it, I'm sure it needs some type of authenticating to authenticate to your AWS. Then you'll be able to see your resource, but it doesn't add anything to your Terraform project. So there's no added value in using this thing. So let me ask you the question for like the recap we did today. So if we create a user in AWS with access key and secret access key, right? And you run AWS configure and you put that user's access key and secret access key, what is that doing?
Is initializing from is giving AWS and access, because you say you can change the access keys as many times as you want.
Exactly.
It's just giving out. I'm assuming a folder to put all the credentials and everything in, so it can get a list of what kind of service you can use and you can build on it. I'm guessing.
Exactly. So I don't want you to guess though. I want you to be sure. So what play with that concept on your own time over and over again. You are right, but so basically what I'm saying is when you get an access key from AWS, think about it this way. You need to put it somewhere on your computer so that when you are running Terraform in it, Terraform will go there and look for it. You understand?
Okay.
And when you put your access key on your computer, right? By default, this is how everything is set up. By default, it will go and look in your home directory in that .aws folder. And when you put your access key in there, it needs to be in the format when we were looking at that config and credentials file, whatever format you were seeing there, it has to be in that same exact format.
And now you remember how we did that? Like, because I had a folder, I had the credentials, and I had the configuration files. It can't be that the folder can't be in this way. That's what I'm asking. The folder can't be in this way because I was gonna put it in all in the folder and just let it pick it up from there.
No, the folder, it has to be in that .aws folder in your home directory. You don't customize the folder and put other things in it. Just,
Okay.
you saw that when we deleted that folder and we ran configure, it recreated it again with that information in it. So for those that are listening, that's just the basic thing I want you guys to understand. Like, so what I'm saying is, like, when you run AWS configure, it will configure that folder with your credentials in it. Or you can go and create that folder yourself and put your credentials in it. You saw that when your US is2 was is2, we didn't delete the folder. You just went in the file and changed US is1 to US is2. Remember when you did that? So, but I'll do a series on it. It's something I've been actually meaning to talk about for a while. You guys have to understand just the process of configuring your access key and secret access key. You know, I'll do a series on AWS CLI. So, so that way you guys understand it. But yeah, that's it. If you have any other questions, let me know.
No, I don't have any other questions. Yeah, I'm gonna let somebody else get time. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna be looking at what you got going on because I like what you got going on.
All right, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that will be the next series I'll definitely work on that AWS CLI series. All right. So
I gotta go and change all my my stuff now. I gotta change all of my passcodes.
yeah, so go and delete your access key, the one you just exposed, and just regenerate another one.
All right.
Then go in that config folder in that AWS CLI folder, right? You don't even have to change the config one. The credentials one, just paste your new access key and secret access key there and save the file.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right.
All right.
Cool. All right. I do have to go, but Daniel, I know we were supposed to meet, so we can meet just for like 10, 15 minutes after this meeting.
Okay.
If you're still around, yeah, I'll meet with you right after. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Do you want us to meet on this platform or where
Yeah,
exactly?
so on this use the same Zoom link to sign back in.
Okay, in
All right.
15 minutes.
No, not in 15 minutes immediately, but I said I only have like 15 minutes to go because I was supposed to log out 30 minutes ago, but because I'm going to a wedding with my wife and I'm sure she's probably waiting for me now. So
okay, no, just let me know the time you want us to meet. That's fine.
I'll meet with you for 15 minutes. That's fine. So
no, I'm asking when exactly?
Log in right immediately after I end the call.
Okay,
because I'm assuming you don't want to discuss it in front of everyone, whatever you want to discuss, right?
Yeah, just for a few minutes, man.
Okay, sure. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And for those that are still here, oh, no problem. Thank you. I'll see you guys.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Next week. Bye.
Appreciate everybody for giving me my time, man. I needed that. Appreciate it.
No problem. Bye, everyone.